Good evening, believers. How are you doing today? This is Love Coach Dasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Now, if you don't know what it is that I do here, why I'm coming to you today, I am a love coach specifically for women who are trying to heal and reconcile after infidelity. You have been cheated on, but you want to stay. And I know people tell you that that's just an impossible thing to do, but that doesn't have to be the end of your story. You do not have to leave just because you got cheated on. If you want to stay, if this is the person for you, if this is where you want to be, all you need to do is find a way to forgive and heal, and you can have that. I know people tell you that that's just impossible, but it is not. I am living proof. I am 17 years out from the last D-Day, not the first, but the last. And that is not my story. My story is not once a cheater, always a cheater. Mine is he cheated before he got himself together. Okay, so I know for sure that it doesn't always have to be the same old story. Your story can have a happy ending, and I want to show you as best I can how to get yourself to that happy ending. All right. So, if you have never been with me before, make sure you give me some likes, give me some love. Let me know that you were here. If you are watching this on the replay, that's cool. I love to hear it, but just hashtag replay. Let me know that you caught it a little bit later so I can come back. I can answer any questions that you have as well. But this is your time. This is your time to talk to an expert. I am an expert on this topic. I know about healing. I know about getting past this. I know about mending the relationship, getting to that place where you're like, okay, we can actually do this. I know all of those secrets and I'm willing to spill. Just come ask your questions, okay? All righty. So, first things first, before I get on to anything else, I am right now still doing the Trust Issues Challenge. If you are having trouble with your trust, you need to come on and join the challenge and participate. Watch the videos, participate in the daily challenges, because what we're doing is taking safe, small steps, just battling the things that our brain is telling us after this trauma about not trusting. We're battling against that every day this week. So I got another session coming up tomorrow. You have not missed it if you want to get in on the Trust Issues Challenge. You're having trouble with your trust, you don't know where to start. I can give you basic places to start and push you along the path a little bit, all right? And I also have VIP as well. So if you want to sign up for the VIP, you can get access to the videos from this week because they're going to come down on Tuesday. So you'll be able to watch the videos at your leisure. If you want to participate in the contest, I need you to make sure that you do that by Sunday at midnight, my time, Eastern time, so that we can have the prize drawing on Monday morning. All right. Karen, I see you over there, girl. Hey, glad you're here. All right. If you want to sign up for the Trust Issues Challenge, go ahead and go to, I mean, it's everywhere. It's in my bio on Instagram. It is in like all the pictures and everything on the Love After Cheating Facebook group. So you can click on anything, sign up for the Trust Issues Challenge. Karen said, totally recommend joining the Trust Issues Challenge. She said she is participating. She knows what it is. All right. She knows that we're doing hard work in there, but it's not complex. We're not making it real big. We are doing small things to start changing our brains around, to let our brains know that it is actually safe to trust this person again. That's the main problem that you're having, right? You feel like, oh no, well, he might do this again. But if you start working on small pieces of trust, one thing at a time, and battling against the things that your brain is saying, it's going to feel a lot easier to trust him. Okay. All right. So, second thing, before we get on with anything else, I want to remind you it is 4 days out from the full moon. I will be putting out, you'll see posts in the Love After Cheating group tomorrow through Monday, letting you know about it. But I am telling you, it is already starting to affect people. People were talking to me about having those moments, snapping off a little easy, having a little crash out. People have already started to have that. So I'm just letting you know, I'm giving you the heads up. We are 4 days out. Usually the 3 days out, it's intense. It starts getting into, you're arguing in your head. You want to have a fight. I get it, but it's the full moon. It is messing with you. Do not just go talk about it. Don't let it go for right now. Let it go. If it's still important on Thursday, next. All right. If it's still important to you, you write it down in your journal. It's still important to you on Thursday, then maybe bring it up. But right now, it's probably a full moon just messing with your head, and it probably won't be that important when next Thursday comes. Sexy Gemini 36, I see you over there on Instagram. Hey girl, glad you're here. I'm a Gemini too. They give us such a hard time, don't they? They talk about us so bad, but we're awesome. All right. So let's get down to it. Let's get to all of the things. All right. First things first. Hey girl. First things first, we are going to talk about the things that you can do all on your own without your mate to be able to go ahead and start to heal. Yes, they do. You are absolutely right about that. I don't know why they just give us such a hard time. I don't know. We're weird. That's all it is. We're a little different. They don't know how to handle us. All right. So the first thing that I need to let you know as you are trying to heal this trauma is that this is a trauma. All right. You need to understand that that's what you're dealing with. This is not all in your head. This is not your imagination. This is a trauma that happened to you, and it is physically affecting your body and your brain right now. So what we need to do is counteract the effects on our body and the effects on our brain. And the easiest way to start with just the body is to do your deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? I'm trying to tell you, you need to start making a practice of that. If you have not been doing it on a consistent basis, it's much better for you if you do it on a consistent basis. If you start doing your deep breathing and you do it 5 times a day, consistently, you are steadily pulling that stress and anxiety and anger. You're pulling the effects of it on your body down every time you do it. So you can get it to a place where you can handle it instead of being way above your head and you can't handle it. Okay. So we need to start doing our deep breathing 5 times a day. Now we're going to do it together just 3 times, just for the sake of time. I do 4-7-8 breathing. Now you can pick whatever kind of deep breathing technique you like as long as you are doing one. It does not matter what it is as long as you are doing it and you're doing it consistently. Okay. But I like 4-7-8. It just goes with my brain. It's enough of a pattern disruption for me to actually have to think about it and focus on that instead of just, breathing in and out. So we do 4-7-8. What you're going to do first is blow out, blow like you're blowing out birthday candles, blow out a stream of air, make the noise. Exhale, deflate your lungs completely. That in and of itself is going to start to help you. That in and of itself is going to make you start to feel a little bit better, because when you're anxious and you're upset, you start to breathe in a way that is in alignment with trauma response. So you breathe more shallow, you are sipping the air, and you're never fully letting out that carbon dioxide that's stuck down in your lungs. So when you just blow and exhale and get your lungs to deflate, you are reducing the carbon dioxide in your lungs. And that tells your brain, oh, we're actually safe. She was able to fully exhale. That's a totally relaxing thing to do. That's the breathing you do when you are safe. So she must be safe. So if we can imitate that, if we can imitate the breathing of being safe, we will convince our brains that we are safe. Okay. And then that is a whole lot better, because if you convince your brain that you are safe instead of always feeling like you're in danger, you will be able to see when there is an actual danger coming up. Does that make sense? If you're always thinking that everything is a danger, you're not going to clearly see a real actual danger in front of you. So I know that your brain screaming all this stuff feels like it's trying to keep you safe. And it is. It is doing what it's supposed to do, but it does block your senses. It does block you from understanding a full picture. And so if you have not been able to calm yourself down, gather yourself up, after this trauma, you're going to miss other things happening. Okay, so I don't want you to miss anything just because you're so traumatized you can't pay attention. Okay, so we're gonna do our deep breathing today. Come on and join me. Do your deep breathing with me. We're gonna blow out, inhale for a count of 4, hold that breath for a count of 7, and then we're going to blow out like we're blowing out an entire cake full of birthday candles for a count of 8. All right. All righty, y'all. Get yourself together. Blow out. Make the noise. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How does it feel when you're doing your deep breathing? In the comments, let me know. Let everybody else know. I want to spread the word about this. I want you to share it with each other to remember to do your deep breathing because it feels good. It will help you, okay? It is not one of those things that's just like, oh, well, whatever, we're just breathing. It is a specific type of breathing that shows your brain that you are actually not in danger. You don't need the fight or flight response. If you can do this breathing on a consistent basis, you are constantly telling your brain, hey, no, I am not about to get eaten. I am safe. Everything is all right. Okay? I always tell people that instinct came from when we were cave people. And it's the little part of your brain called the amygdala. It's a little worst case scenario portion of your brain. It is, what if something bad happens? And we needed that when we were cave people. When we were in a cave, if we stepped outside the cave, a saber-toothed tiger could come up and eat us. All right, we needed that part of our brain to assume that the worst thing was going to happen. But now we don't face a lot of life or death situations like that. So our brains decided, well, emotional pain is close enough. That's close enough to death. We'll just go ahead and use that as a life or death situation. And so it responds like you are in actual physical danger when your heart has been hurt. So we have to let our brains know that we are not actually in any danger. Everything is all right. And if you do your deep breathing, you will show, rather than trying to tell your body, that you are actually safe. You're okay. That makes sense to everybody? All right. Next thing that I'm always going to tell you every time we get together, I need you to be doing your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? If you have not, you are doing yourself a disservice. I promise you. Just like the deep breathing is super important, but people kind of brush it off. The journaling is super important, but people kind of brush it off. These tactics, these things that you can do all by yourself will serve you all the way through the healing. You can use them consistently all the way through your healing, and you're going to get better faster because you are using the deep breathing, regulating your body, and then you are using the journaling for your thoughts, for the repetitive negative thoughts that keep coming into your brain, for the questions that you want to ask, but I don't want you to ask, okay? I need you to be doing that. Stacey Gemini, you say, yes, you're doing your deep breathing. No, you're not doing your journaling. All right, you got to get on that. Got to get on that. Get your journal together. This is my current one right now. I'm filling this bad boy up too. I'm about halfway through it at this point. Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes first thing in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, write in your journal. Okay? Just for a couple minutes. Pour out the stuff that is bubbling up to the top, the stuff that's bothering you that you could go to him and talk about, but you'll probably start a fight. So let's just put it in the journal and put it down for right now. Think it over, let our unconscious work on it, and then come back to it. And then maybe we will have a different perspective on it. But if you just automatically say everything that you feel in the moment to your mate, you're going to create a lot of rift between you. That is what that all of those thoughts are designed to do, is make you isolate, make you be away from the person that hurt you. So your brain is always saying, no, get away, you need to run. And so it is not going to allow you to try and get close unless you are using the tools that you have to be able to get that stuff out of your brain and then act like you are wanting to heal, wanting to be connected. That's going to help you a ton. So write down 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, and then whatever through the day, if you're triggered, something pops up, jot down a couple of notes about it. You can come back and fill in extra later on if you want to, but I don't want you to write a book. I want you to have the stuff that is bubbling up to the top that you have to keep on dealing with or either suppress or try and push out of the way. Write that stuff down. It's the stuff that will keep coming to mind. And if you have it written down, a lot of the time your brain will say, oh, you wrote it down in the special book. Oh, okay, well, if it's in the special book, I can always come back to it. The special book is going to be here. So then you are telling your brain that to put it off until a little bit later. And then again, you may have a different perspective on what's happening. Okay. Do your date, time, level of anxiety when you are doing your journaling. Your date and time are to tell you when things are happening. You got morning and evening, but if you are having something that happens every Thursday night, 9:18 p.m., you need to be writing that down. If it's a consistent thing you keep on experiencing, it's troubling to you, put it down in your journal. It will make sense later. Even if it doesn't make sense right now, even if you can't see the entire pattern in what you're writing at this moment, don't worry about that. Write it down first, and then later on, when you're in a different state of mind, come back and read it. You will be able to find patterns and all sorts of things in the things that you write. Okay. Your level of anxiety is 0 to 10. We're trying to put a fence around these feelings. We're trying to make it so these feelings do not get huge, bigger than we are, ready to eat us. Okay. 0 is no anxiety whatsoever. Everything is great. All is right with the world. Thank goodness. Okay. Write that down. You need to make sure that you're writing that down on a regular basis so that you know when your brain starts saying everything is awful, you have not had a good day for 6 months, you can go back and flip through your journal quite quickly and count up the little stars at the top of the page and be like, oh, no, that's not true. I have had excellent days in this past 6 months. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm okay. All right. You have evidence against the negative thoughts if you're writing this stuff down. So 10 is a loss of control. 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. Okay. It is I have lost control of myself. You are throwing things. You are screaming and your voice is breaking. You are ready to run them over in the car. Like all sorts of things. You are out of control of yourself. You're not journaling if you're at a 10. Okay. So when you come back to your journal, acknowledge that I think I was at a 10. I was out of control of myself. I threw the remote control at his head. Yeah, that was a 10. I wouldn't have done that normally. Okay, but I'm probably about a 9 or 8 right now. I've calmed down. Once I saw the remote control flying, it kind of brought me back down to earth. Okay. Either way, you're going to be writing that down so that you can remember that what it is to be a 10 and then what it is to be a little less than a 10 to be able to be in control of yourself enough to write in your journal. Does that make sense? Gotta get that habit of writing in the journal. I developed the habit of just jotting stuff down through the day. This book goes with me everywhere. I used to have little ones, itty bitty ones that were like this big, and of course now I can't find that. But oh yeah, there we go. You can get one this size and stick it in your purse and take it everywhere with you, and always have your journal to be able to write in. I don't care what kind of journal you use. I don't care what kind of pen you use, as long as you're using it. Okay. All right. Next thing that I'm always going to tell you, I need you to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Now, look, I know bad things have happened. I get that. But it does not prevent you from experiencing good things. And as we are healing, We are trying to look for joy instead of looking for pain. Does that make sense? If you want to heal, we can't stay stuck in pain. We have got to start changing what our brain is saying to us and looking for the joy so that we can get out of this negative space and get back to a more positive one. So if you are in down in the dumps, if you are just like, oh my goodness, life is, it feels like it's over. All right. It's harder to get to joy from there. It's a long way down. It's a big step to make. So instead of trying to make that huge step, we're going to go with the intermediate step of gratitude. I am grateful. And you can find things to be grateful for all over. Every single day, look for things that are going to be like, oh, I'm glad that exists in the world. Like, I'm glad all my flowers that I planted, except for one. Oh, one of them died, but all my flowers and plants that I have outside now that it's warm, they're all doing well. They're all looking beautiful and green and lush, and the flowers are growing. I am grateful for that. I'm glad that that is in my life. I'm glad that that is a real thing that is going on right outside my door every single day. If you can start to look for those little things every day, not accepting that, oh, well, no, you don't really like flowers, because your brain will try and tell you crazy stuff like that. You don't really like plants. You're like, no, 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 that's not real. I like plants. I am very happy and very grateful when I see lots of flowers blooming, especially ones that I planted. All right. You can argue with the negative if you are dealing with something that you are grateful for. It will try and make you think that it's not real, but you know it's real. You know you are grateful for a roof over your head. You know you are grateful for food to eat. You know you are grateful for a job and money to spend. You are grateful for those things, and your brain can't argue with that. And then it's not so far of a step to joy from gratitude. We get down in the dumps and feeling miserable is a long way up. But if we can get to gratitude, we can make that jump into joy and happiness and forgiveness and understanding and compassion. We can get there from gratitude. Does that make sense? All right. Let me know if I'm talking too crazy. If nothing I'm saying makes any sense to you, I get it. But if you just try it, you will see how it works. So I don't see anybody posted on Thirsty Thursday. That's why I put that up here, because I want to hear the good stuff. If you're here with me now, Sexy Gemini, see you over there, Karen, Julie, whoever is here with me right now. Go ahead and put in the comments something that you are grateful for. Something that you are like, I'm glad this exists in the world. I'm glad this is a thing that I can experience. Go ahead and put it in the comments and I'll shout you out, because we need to be acknowledging the good. It is very easy when you are traumatized like this to acknowledge the bad. It is so easy. It's like second nature. You talk about it. You talk about it to your friends and your family and everybody that will listen. You will talk about the negative because it feels so bad and it's so overwhelming. But if you start paying attention to the good, the things that you're grateful for, your brain will slowly start to rewire. After the trauma, it is naturally looking for the negative. But if you insist that you want to see the positive, that you want to see things to be grateful for, and you're like, no, I am not going to listen to you about a whole bunch of negative, show me the positive, it will do that for you. Your brain can be programmed. Your brain is not in charge of you. Your brain is not you. You are the thinker. You are not the thought. The thoughts, the reactions, the trauma responses that come from your brain are automatically programmed in. It does that on general purpose just to try and keep you safe. But that does not mean you are not in control of that. You can recognize when you're doing it. You can say, no, I do not want that reaction. I am insisting upon a different reaction, and change what your brain is doing. You unwire the part that got wired up for it when you got traumatized and tell it a different message, a different assignment, and your brain will do it. It just takes being consistent about it. That's all it takes, okay? So you all let me know if you got things that you are grateful for today. Put them in the comments. Hashtag replay if you're putting it in the comments later. Karen said we are going dancing tonight. I know that's right. Yay. I'm not a great dancer, but my husband likes to dance, so I'll be dancing. I know that's right. Put on something that makes you feel beautiful, flowy, gorgeous, gauzy, the fabric flying around. You gotta make sure you go ahead and do it up if you're gonna do it. All right, make sure you're extra extra cute. My husband told me the other day he gets a little lazy about doing like physical therapy for like his lower back and his hip. He gets a little bit lazy about that, but he told me the other day that he's been working on it because he knows my birthday is coming up. He was like, I know I'm gonna have to take you out to dance on your birthday, so I'm trying to get my hip together. I was like, oh, you're thinking about me. You willing to even do it. I know that's right. Stacey Gemini said, I'm grateful for my life and my family. I know that is right. And you exactly. It's like you will overlook those things in the negativity of, oh, I got cheated on. Your brain will be like, well, nothing is good. Your family sucks. You just suck. Everything is awful. But if you recognize, no, I am grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my family. Even this bad part, even this negative part, this is happening to me right now, but I'm grateful for that too. If you can find the thing to be grateful for in the negative, whoo, boy, that's like advanced. It's advanced play, okay? You are doing something. If you can find that silver lining in the dark cloud, like the fact that, okay, this happened to me. I got cheated on too numerous times. I had to work through it. It took me about 4 years to deal with it. But I get to tell you about it. I get to tell you about it. I get to tell my story. I get to say, yes, I experienced this pain. However, I'm using that pain to stop other people's pain. So, okay, yeah, it was a bad thing that happened, sure, but there is that silver lining of I get to help you. I get to help explain it to you and show you exactly how to heal because I had to walk that road. So even in the worst of situations, there is still a positive. If you start looking for that, being grateful and looking for that thing, you are going to have a much easier time in life. You are not going to stay down when life starts handing you punches. You are not going to stay down. You're going to get back up, get on your feet, and recognize that, okay, yeah, a bad thing happened, but I got lots and lots of other good things, and I'm not going to let the bad thing keep me down. Okay? Hope that makes sense. I'm glad everybody is having some things to be grateful for. Karen, thank you. Stacey Gemini, thank you. All right. Last thing that I'm always going to tell you each and every time we get together that you're probably not going to want to hear is you need to stop asking all those damn questions. I promise you, I promise you, you need to stop. I know that we have gotten into this thing now where it's like, oh, I need full disclosure. I need to know every detail you got about this. And I don't think that's a healthy habit at all. I really don't. Sitting there rehashing pain, going through every single solitary detail of it is unnecessary. You're already hurting. You're already hurting. You already know he did something absolutely terrible. You do not need the details. You don't need to go all deep into it and try and find out how did you kiss her and what did her breath smell like. You don't need that. Okay? So I want you to stop asking all those questions. I understand that asking those questions is a trauma response. Again, this happened to you. This is a physical thing that happened to you. So I get that your brain is shouting, you got to ask the questions. I can only heal if you ask the questions. You're going to trap them if you ask the questions. I know it's saying all that, but again, it is the trauma that is responding like that. It is your brain on autopilot saying, I need to collect all the information that I possibly can about this threat. Keyword being threat. You are treating the person you love like a threat when you are interrogating them like that. Don't you know enough? Every detail that I got, I am, like I said, I'm a Gemini, I'm a little nosy, and I found out a whole bunch of information that I just did not need to have in my head. I already knew enough for me to be like, okay, I want to forgive him. Going all into the details just made it harder. just made it more difficult for me to be like, okay, yes, absolutely, I do want to do this. It made me doubt myself. And that's what it's designed to do. Those questions are designed to treat that person as a threat. And then to tell you, hey, that's a threat, you need to back off. You need to get away from them. That's not safe. Okay. So that is the reason why you got to stop asking all the questions. That's the reason why full disclosure is probably not the best of ideas. All right. It's usually way too much information for you to handle in the fragile state that you're in. You can find out information later. Okay. As you are healing, I guarantee you will find out information later. It has been 17 years. It was probably about 15 years out. My husband explained something to me about his cheating that I never even connected. But a little bit of time, a little bit of distance, a little bit of hindsight, he was able to explain it to me. He was able to come to me and talk to me about it instead of me trying to ask a whole bunch of questions about it. So you will still find out information. You will still be able to do that. It's just that you need to heal some first. Right now, you're not in the state to get all that information. You're not in the state. You are not in your full right mind. You have been traumatized. Your brain isn't even forming memories the way it's supposed to. So there is no need for you to ask a whole bunch of questions right now that are just going to upset you and stall your healing. Okay. Now, all that being said, thanks, Joe. You did me too. All that being said, I understand how much your brain screams to ask a question. So instead of the question that you want to ask, pick this up. This is the Theand. You can find it on Amazon. And if you just put in the and in the search, it'll come up with their entire store. And this is the healing edition deck. This is like 199 questions. 199? I think it is. 199 questions all about healing and reconnecting. That's what your brain is lying to you, saying it is doing. It's saying we can't reconnect unless I know all this information. It just wants you to ask those questions. So instead of doing that, ask a couple of these. Okay, 1, 2, 3 of them. That's all you need. You can have a good conversation about it. You can feel a little bit closer to them, and you won't be asking questions that are damaging to your psyche by choosing these instead. So I will give you a couple of these that you can ask your honey. How does competition affect our relationship? And what can we do about it? That's an interesting one. Do you feel like you're in competition with each other in any way? That's an interesting question to ask. That is a deeper conversation that the two of you can have that is more productive than what position did you have sex with her in? Okay? Next one is, oh no, it's fill in the blank ones. I'm not doing that. In what ways do you feel you heal me? Isn't that a better question than the ones you want to ask? In what ways do you feel you heal me? I know that's right. Mine has healed me in a ton of different ways over the 23 years we've been together. I think it's 23 at this point. My daughter just turned 21 this past weekend. So yeah, I think it's 23. But in that time, he has healed a lot of my stuff and helped me to understand a whole bunch of things about myself that I didn't understand before. That helped me a whole bunch. Helped me to heal, helped me to grow, helped me to be the person that I am today. So that's a good question to ask. And then the last one says, what do you think there is for others to learn from our relationship? Excellent question. What do you think there is for others to learn from our relationship? Right now, I'm telling you, if you learn anything from mine, is you got to like each other, you got to treat each other nice, and if you're trying to get past the infidelity, you got to just go ahead and walk that path. That's what I hope people go ahead and learn from us, from the troubles that we had to the solid, happy, forgiving, trusting, honest relationship that we have now. That's what I think you should learn. All right. All righty, y'all. That's the basics. That's all of the things that I'm always going to remind you of because We need care for this trauma. We cannot just let time heal the wound. That does not work. That is not how wound healing works. You must take care of a wound in order for it to heal. If you do not take care of it, you end up putting dirt in it, end up putting your little grubby fingers into it, you end up with an infection. It takes forever for it to heal. This wound has to be treated the way that you would treat any other trauma. And if you go ahead and do it, go ahead and treat yourself like I have been a little broken. And so I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to give myself the self care that I need to be able to get to the place that I need to be. If you do that and you do it on a consistent basis, you're going to heal. Your outcomes are going to be much better. If you were just sit around and wait, you're like, oh, yeah, time is going to heal this, or he's going to heal this for me. You're going to be waiting a long, long time, and that thing is going to be good and infected by the time you actually start working on it. I want you to try to go as fast as you possibly can in the healing. I know that your brain will tell you a whole bunch of stuff and try and stop you, try and hold you back, try and tell you that, oh no, this will never work. I want you to ignore all of that and just go ahead and start doing the things that will help with the trauma. If you just start doing them, just tell your brain, hey, shut the hell up. I got a plan. I'm putting this plan in action. You let me know after I have implemented the plan if you still think that it won't work. Because afterwards, after you put it into effect, your brain and your body are like, oh, I get what you were trying to do there. I gotcha. Never mind. It's fine. We're safe. Everything's all right. All right. So we need to go ahead and start doing the things that we can do that are going to tamp down that response, tamp down that terrible feeling of betrayal and distrust and anger and fear. We got to start doing something about that before it gets stuck in our brains. You remember your mom? I don't know if your mom did, but you remember moms used to say, "Don't make that face. Your face will get stuck like that." I truly feel like that about your brain. I think if you keep on with the negative, just stressful, angry, all of those thoughts, if you keep on with those, you're going to get stuck like that. Your brain is going to default back to those things. And it's strange because you can actually get addicted to pain. You can get addicted to turmoil and sorrow and anger. You can get a little dopamine hit from it if you do it right. You can get a little dopamine hit from it. I'm gonna treat him back because he treated me back. And then you do it and you get this itty bitty dopamine hit, but then you feel terrible because you're like, that's not even who I am. And it's not what I wanted to do. And I don't want him even thinking that this is the correct thing to do. And then you got to kind of drag yourself back, got to apologize, got to do better. So I am saying instead of following what the pain and the fear are insisting that you do, you go ahead and choose the healing path. You go ahead and say, no, I am not going to do the mean thing. I am going to do the most loving, compassionate, understanding, forgiving, trusting thing that I can do because that's what I want. I don't want my life to be a whole bunch of mess. I want it to be as happy as it possibly can be for as long as it possibly can be. I want to seek joy instead of seeking pain. And if you consistently remind your brain of that and you do not let up, you just keep on telling it what direction you want it to go in, it will go in that direction. Okay. Now, if you're having trouble with that, you don't know exactly where the path is. I got the path written down. Okay. It is the dreams formula for healing and reconciling after infidelity. This thing works. Okay. If you have not gotten a copy yet, if you're on Instagram, put in the word PATH. It should send you the link. Just go ahead and sign up. All I need is your name and your email address. I'll send it right to you. Same thing if you are on my Love After Cheating group. Go up to the top to the pin post. It is up there. You can go ahead and click on that, name and email. You will have a copy for yourself of the dreams formula. And I designed it in a fairy tale manner. Like we have woken up in the deep dark woods. This curse has hit us and we are just in the woods and we are trying to find our way back to our castle. We're trying to find our way out of the woods, over the mountains, back to the castle that we belong in. Okay. We're all in the dark down here. We are all stumbling into trees, tripping over tree roots. Okay. But there is a path, and I have written down the path. A dreams formula, D for deciding you want to heal and making up your mind that nobody else gets to decide that for you. R is recognizing and overcoming the fear speech, the fearful, negative, terrible thoughts that go on in your brain about making such a huge decision. You're making a decision that is against your base brain survival instinct. It was like, oh no, this person hurt me, so I should be away from them. You are doing the exact opposite of what your brain is telling you to do. You got to be strong about that. You got to recognize that your brain is going to try and make you afraid, so you won't do that. And then you got to face the fear and do it anyway. Okay. E is evaluating the why this happened. This was yesterday on the Trust Issues Challenge. And A is for allowing the healing. E is the evaluating the why is sick, sad, and stupid. All three of those things are painful things that have happened to your honey that made them think that this bad idea was a good idea. That that's the only way people come up with horrible ideas like this, is if they were already in pain. So sick, some kind of illness, mental or physical, hormones, mental illnesses, depression, all sorts of things that can happen to your physical body. All right. Um, Even your thyroid hormone being low will make you depressed, and being depressed will make you lash out and do things just to try and feel better, including cheating. So it could be a real physical problem that you are having that is causing your brain to say, oh, we need relief from this, let's go cheat. All right. But either way, you're not totally well. You're not doing your very best. If you're sick, you don't do very well when you're sick. Sad is some kind of loss, some kind of grief is going on. Could be losing a parent. You will experience that if you're with somebody for a lifetime. And people have lost children, people who have lost their pet, people lost their job. There's all sorts of loss that can happen to a person in this life. And so if he was experiencing a loss of some kind, experiencing that grief makes people do crazy things. Grief makes people want to react in very bad ways. So it may have been that, and then it could be the stupid thing. The stupid is not about him being stupid. It's about the stupid things that people are told and shown about their relationships. Men are told that their worth comes from how many women they got and how much money they got. If they don't have any money, they better have a whole bunch of women. So in some way, if he is experiencing a loss, replacing it with a person, replacing it with somebody who will do something for them, to have sex with them, listen to them, makes them feel like, oh, I'm a man because this is what I need to feel better. This is what I've been told I need to feel better. Could be mom cheated on dad and he doesn't want to be the dude that gets cheated on. Could be dad cheated on mom and he wants to be like his dad. It's a whole bunch of stupid things that could happen. But it's all about nurture. It's about growing up. It's about the things that you see as you are forming your ideas about relationships as you're younger. If you only see all of your male relatives and friends and family all cheating, it seems like a normal thing. It seems like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. But again, stupid, right? Allowing the healing to happen is letting down the wall, putting it down, letting yourself reach across, be able to kiss again, be able to touch again, have sex, put your ring on, go on dates, say I love you, all sorts of things that you were resistant on when this trauma happened. You got to start doing again. You got to start allowing those things to happen. M is for managing the future feelings, the triggers. Okay. It is, you got to make sure that you know where you feel a trigger in your body, because your body will reveal a trigger before your brain can understand that you are having a trigger. So feel it, and wherever you feel it in your body, pay attention to that area and know when you're triggered instead of letting the trigger come up and smack you in the back of the head. Okay. And then have a plan in place for different types of triggers that are caused by him, triggers that are caused by outside well-meaning people, things that are triggered by your senses. A lot of triggers are just sensory, things that you hear, smell, taste, touch, feel. Those things are getting input into your brain and it reminds you of some pain. Whatever way you look at it, we have got to allow that healing to happen, let down the walls, get closer, accept that this is the person that we want to be close with, and do the things that you would do if you were close with them, and take care of yourself when you are triggered. Not go right to them, not tell them, hey, you triggered me and I'm mad at you now. What do you want them to do about that? You have lots of things. I just told you a few things that you can do. Doing your deep breathing, doing your journaling, doing gratitude practice. You can do all of those things all on your own and start to feel better. Okay? So we got to have a plan in place. Once we figured out how our body feels about the triggers, you can always be refining the plan and doing more and more for it. And then when you need it, you can apply it. Okay? And S is for support. S is for support. You have got to get some support that will walk you through all of that, who will be with you on all of that, who will say, no, he doesn't get to make this decision. You make this decision. You are the one who has shown better decision-making qualities over the last few months. You're the one that gets to decide. Yes, I know it's scary, girl. I know it's scary, but you've already made up your mind what you want to do. And I think that you're right about loving who you love and wanting to go forward with it. You should just do that. You need that person. You don't need somebody constantly discouraging you, telling you that you need to leave. If you are experiencing that with friends and family, you need to start putting up some boundaries. You need to let them know, hey, look, I got this. I don't need your opinion to leave. If I was leaving, don't you think I'd be gone by now? I'm not doing that. So you saying it is not helping me. And if you're not a help, you're a hindrance. If you're a hindrance, you need to get the hell out of my way. Because I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you what I can actually do. And if you have people that you got to be showing them, then they're not supporting you. They are automatically going against you. And hell, what kind of friend is that? If that's supposed to be your people, that is supposed to be the person that's standing behind you. It's like, you are absolutely right about the way you feel about this love. If you want to heal from this, if you want to recover from this, you are absolutely right. You should do that. If they're not saying that, you need to look at your friendships, okay? You need to look at these people. I understand that they're afraid. I get it. But if they are constantly trying to discourage you when they know what you were trying to do is recover and reconcile, then they're not listening to you. They're not paying attention. They don't care enough to be like, oh, this is what you want. Let me go ahead and help you with it. They don't care that much. So if that's the case, then you don't need to know about it. You don't need to have all this information. Apparently, you are not the person that I need to support me on this. So I'm not going to keep giving you information. All right. So that's the dreams formula. If you have not gotten it, get yourself a copy. If you came into my Love After Cheating group and you gave me your email when you first got in, you would have received it. Just go and look, probably in your spam or promotions folder. But Love Coach Dasha is from me. You'll be able to find it. Okay. Take the Gemini, you said, that's why I don't talk to my family about my relationship. I keep it to myself. I go through the pain by myself. Exactly. I discovered that there were way too many negative voices. I already had the fear in my own damn head. I didn't need anybody else's fear. I did not need anybody else to tell me how afraid they were for me and try and help me by sharing their fears with me. It doesn't help you. It does not help. It just reinforces that echo chamber of he's not worth it, and you're not good enough, and you're never gonna have happiness again. He's just gonna cheat on you forever. That is just echoing in your head from these people. If they can't respect you enough to be like, okay, I get you don't want me to say that, I won't say that, and actually stop. If they don't respect you enough to do that, you got to look at them. You got to look at who you're allowing in your life. You got to take a step back and say, you know what, if you don't respect me enough for this, then I don't think you respect me enough to be in my life. I am doing a hard thing here. I am doing something very difficult. I don't need your negativity all over it. I don't need that. So, you got to look at it. You got to look at it. Think about it a little bit. But no, I should see you over there on Facebook. All right. Anybody got any questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything you want to talk about? Let me know. Put it in the comments. But like I said, if you want to still join me for the Trust Issues Challenge, it is not too late. It is in my link in the bio in Instagram, and it is all over the page on Love After Cheating. Just come on, sign up for it, name and email again. That's all I need. You will immediately get an email from me, and it'll tell you to go to the challenge group. That's where I'm hosting the whole thing. I'm doing the videos in the Love After Cheating group too, but the actual contest is all being held in the challenge group. You can answer the questions and answer the challenge post there, and everything in that entire group. If you like it, if you respond to it, you will, each time you participate, you are getting an entry into my prize drawing. All right. My voice sounds so weird to me. I'm like, I'm not coughing up anything. It just sounds weird and scratchy to me. But oh well. Let's see. Anything else? Y'all got anything else for me? Anything you want to tell me? Any questions you want to ask? I'm here for you. And hashtag replay if you are catching this tomorrow. If you're catching this a little later on this week, you go ahead and let me know in the comments what you got, and I'll answer the questions. I'll answer any questions in the comments. All right, I don't see anything else. No, don't see any questions on the post. Okay, all right, making sure I didn't miss anybody. All righty, y'all. So the last thing that I'm always going to tell you about every time we get together is I want you to start doing your affirmations. Have you been doing affirmations? Again, it's light work. It's simple stuff, but it's so simple we feel like it's not actually going to work. The deep breathing is super, super simple and has physical effects on our bodies, but we're like, it's just breathing. It's not going to help that much. And then we dismiss it and don't do it, and then we feel bad. So you got you doing your affirmations? Good, good, good. I am glad to hear it. You need to be doing that. You need to be telling yourself positive things about yourself. If you don't, what will happen is your brain on this trauma will try and say all the negative things it can possibly say to make you run and hide, to make you be alone, to make you be isolated in some way. So it will tell you that you are horrible, even though this situation is not about you at all. You didn't do this. You weren't the one that went out and cheated. You are not the one who did this to yourself, but your brain will try and make you be to blame for it. It will try and say that, oh, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not strong enough. This is what happens to you because you're just not good enough. All right, we have got to start fighting that. Okay, we cannot allow that to just continue on. Absolutely not. We got to fight that, and you fight it with affirmation. You use whatever negative thing it is, flip that negative thing around. That was part of the challenge this week too. If you are having one particular negative thought, you need to figure out what it is that you're afraid of that, and then flip it around and be like, okay, I'm not afraid of this thing. The opposite of that thing, that's what I'm going to believe. That's the thing that I feel like is the most in alignment with my life. If you can just flip around that negative thought, he doesn't love me. No, he loves me deeply, madly, and truly. Or he's going to cheat on me again. No, he's going to be faithful, honest, and loyal for the rest of our days. You automatically have to flip it around and tell your brain, absolutely not. I am not listening to the negative right now. I am going for the positive. I expect the positive in my life. Okay. So when you tell yourself good things about yourself, your brain will start to believe those good things about you. Will start to say, hey, actually, we were saying such terrible things about her, but she is actually not like that. She is very sweet. She is actually very kind. She is very lovely and loving. We're not going to say those things about her anymore. And so the more you do it, the more your brain understands that that's what you want. You want to hear good, happy things about yourself, positive things about yourself. And the more it will deliver those things, the happier and happier you'll get. Okay. So let's see. Let me get an affirmation. I got these affirmation cards. These came from Five Below. You can order them on Etsy. You can order them on Amazon. If you are having trouble thinking of an affirmation, get yourself a deck and then try and match up negative thoughts to affirmations. What's the opposite of that negative thought in this affirmation? If you do that on a regular basis, you'll be saying good affirmations and rejecting those negative thoughts. And also, another thing you can do about affirmation is create, matter of fact, I don't know if you can see it on my phone. Each one of those things has that has a collection of apps in it, has a different affirmation on it. So I am connected. That is, I got Facebook, I got Eventbrite, I got my Messenger up there. I am organized. It's got my calendar there. It's got my files. I am on the right path. Is Waze and Maps and AAA and Lyft and Uber is in those. So if you give yourself some affirmations to put in your phone, you will see them all the time. So every time I'm looking for my banking app, I have to go to the I am rich banking app to get to the banking app, to get to PayPal, to get to Venmo. I am creative. That's got my Canva. That's got Instagram and CapCut and MiniChat, all that. So you can name the stuff on your phone for different affirmations. And then every time you go to look for something on your phone, you are looking at an affirmation. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's do this affirmation today. Today, I am receptive. Today, I will let go of the past. I will live in the present, and I am looking forward to a bright future. I like that one. That is exactly what I'm always going to tell you to do. Today, I am receptive. Today, I will let go of the past. I am tossing it aside. I will live in the present, and I am looking forward to a bright future. I hope you are. I hope you are really looking forward to a bright future, because it is bright if you just go ahead and start taking care of yourself, start the healing, start the reconciliation, start allowing that healing in your life, and then get some support. Okay. If you need some support, go ahead and message me. Let me know. I will get on a phone call with you, one of my enchanted recovery phone calls, and you can get on the call with me, talk with me. You'll have a plan by the end of the call. You will have a plan. You will know exactly what to do, but it's a little difficult to keep it all up. So you might want to work with me. You can decide at the end of the call if you feel like, okay, yeah, you gave me some good plans. I want to stick with you and keep on working on this. You can decide that at the end, or you can just take what we talked about and try and apply it, and then come back and hit me up when you have something else that you need to deal with. Either way, I am here for you. I want to help you with this. I do not want you to stay stuck. I do not want you to stay in pain, not 1 minute longer. It is unnecessary. It is not all right for you to keep on being in pain about this. So go ahead, send me a message, DM me if you are interested in getting on a call and perhaps working with me. Okay. I've got a new group that is going to be starting June 1st, group coaching it's some good stuff. So if you are interested, it's a really good opportunity. It's a good time to jump in and try and work with me. All right. All right, y'all. Is that it? I think that's all. You said you are? All right, now. So send me a message. Send me a DM and I will send you the link and we can get on a call and you can decide if you want me to be your coach. I am devastatingly good at this. Okay, I think I'm almost too good because people will get on the enchanted reconciliation call with me and get enough information about whatever was troubling them in that moment to feel like hopeful, and they get a little dopamine and they're like, yes, I can do this, and then they'll try and go on and do it without me. And like I did this on my own. I did do it on my own. I am not saying that you can't. I have a ton of resources that are free that you can work through. I have been doing these videos for years. You can go back on all my videos. And over the years, I have said everything. If you just go back and rewatch my videos and you meet up with me every week here, you can actually do this all by yourself. But I don't want you to do it by yourself. That's troublesome. It took me a long time. I don't want you to have to wait anymore to get to healed. I don't want you to have to try and piece it together. You don't have to do that. Just go ahead and message me. You're going to feel better after the call, but really seriously consider, I should probably get some help for this to keep on going beyond this. You'll feel good. You'll know that I know what I'm talking about. So it won't be such a stretch to want to go ahead and hire me. All right. All righty. I think that's about it. No other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? Anything else? All you need to do is message me. Let me know, hey, I'm interested in a call. I got you. All right. I got you. All right. I think that is it. I don't see any other questions. All right. I think that's all. So, okay. Keisha, all right. You already got my email. All right. Gotcha. All right. So, all right, let's see. What do I need to remind you? I need to remind you to do your deep breathing, your journaling, your gratitude practice, and to stop asking all those questions. I need you to do your affirmations. And more than anything, I need you to stop doing what the fear and the pain tell you to do. You'll feel it. It'll feel like, ooh, I'm going to do this. And it's kind of an ugly feeling. If you're having that feeling and you're like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be mean. Don't be mean. Don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. Don't fall for it. The further you keep on going down that path, the darker and lonelier and scarier it gets. So if you keep on doing what the fear and the pain say, you are going away from the path. You are going away from your castle. You are not getting out of the woods. You are going deeper into the woods. You might be in a damn swamp pretty soon because you have wandered so far from the path doing what the fear and the pain want. So instead of doing that, do the happiness, do the happy thing, do the joyful thing, do the thing that brings you peace, do the thing that is loving, and you will be well on your way to healing. Okay? That makes sense? All righty, y'all. All right, I think that's about it. I love you, and I'm so proud of you. You are doing something big time here, okay? I know people will give you a hard time about it, and I know that you got to hear that a lot, but I'm trying to tell you, you're being so brave and so compassionate and so sure about what you want for your life. You should be proud of yourself. You are not doing anything wrong by following your heart. That is absolutely not a bad thing to do. You can follow exactly what your heart is saying. You can recover. You can reconcile. You can get to a better place. And I know you can because I did it. So I'm happy to show you. Okay? All righty, y'all. That is about it. I will talk to you again next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live. Mwah! Love y'all. And I'll talk to you again then. Bye.